sha'ani irin wannan musamman na wannan ainihin wurin response. State House of Assembly President, tell you about
So this project was actually conceptualized in response to increased insecurity in different parts of the country. And so for this early warning, it's targeted actually in 4 core northern states. Why? Because of the increased insecurity. The attacks, frequency of the attacks, the audacity of the attackers, and the way and manner in which it has led to several things, including strained relationship between community members and those that are supposed to be working with them to respond. Okay, and so for instance, in Kaduna State, we receive signals every minute of the way, every minute, in terms of before the attacks happen. And what do we do with the information received? And often even the community members have privileged information before the attacks happens, and then they don't open up in terms of even informing the right persons that will work with them to respond. And so why are we here? We are here to work with you to establish what we call EWA structures, so early warning, early response structures. So we will have 2 different kind of groups set up. One will be those that are receiving these signals. And so what do you do when you receive it? So you process it. When you process it, who do you send it to? The right persons to send it to. And these are all community members from here. And so their role is to do what? To respond. How do they respond? Even the criteria for establishing or for identifying these key persons are part of why we don't just choose anyhow persons. They are persons of high caliber. Those that genuinely love their communities. Those that are interested in the safety and security needs of their communities. Men and women that have convening power. Men and women that when they speak, the people listen, okay? And they know who to call, whether at the state level or at the national level, that will also support in ensuring that we don't die. Enough of the deaths. We are here to prevent the attacks from happening. We don't want to record more deaths. Statistics of persons, number of persons kidnapped in Zamfara State, they are on the increase. Statistics of those that are dead as I speak, they are on the increase. The bandits have taken over everywhere, and we want to put a stop to these attacks. That is why we are here. So today we're establishing the structure, so tomorrow we are training them on their roles and responsibilities and also expectations. And so how to go about their work, okay, how to ensure that they deliver, okay, how to help more like, building strong structures that will ensure that there is safety and security. Even if the attacks are happening, it won't be as it used to be, because you know better, because you are now responding to timely in terms of what you need to do and how you do it. You also, within yourself, there must be enemies. So how do you even begin with yourself to fish out these enemies and deal with them, okay? And then how do you work together? Leave aside religion, leave aside ethnicity, and then unite to ensure that the enemies don't have a place in your community.
Choosing governments like
Maru,
Anka.
And so we actually have our statistics before we commence this implementation. And these 2 local governments actually rated high, as at the time we commenced the implementation of this project. That is the honest truth. If you go to other states, to Kaduna, the 2 states, 2 LGAs we selected, and the 4 communities, they were actually on the increase. So what we want, we are still at the pilot stage. So once it is successful here, we will expand. But let's begin. It's more like let's pilot and see how it works. But we know that for states, we have, like in Kaduna State, for example, I give you Kaduna as a case study. We receive alerts like this. It's happening and we are releasing. But you're not releasing to the wrong persons. Because often the kind of information you release, you have the information, but you release to, before you know it, breaking news. Media are just running. And media, we should also find ways of, there's what they call more like sensitivity in reporting. You don't just report everything like that, because most of the way we do breaking news in this country is part of the problem. And so you see reprisal attacks coming back to the same communities. Okay, so some of the information, we have very high level information, intelligence information, but who do we give it to that will use it and ensure that these communities are safe? That is how we operate.
by collaboration and synergy, certifying every other necessary stakeholder not to be security with relevant information as received.
So what is your role in this training?
Defending the defenseless. I'm coming here as a civil defender. I've been known to be a civil officer who aims at defending the defenseless at every quarter. We are here to cooperate and synergize with the protective teams towards enhancing the knowledge and the teachings. Anything that has to do with enlightenment or public enlightenment has to do with teachers, have to do with change of models, has to do with change of discipline. When you change someone's discipline, you change his character, you change his attitude. The norms and values. Ethnicity will be honorably respected. So I should expect by the end of this program, there is going to be a tremendous understanding between all the necessary stakeholders.
Critically, we played a vital role in issues like early response and warning, because we dwelt and interact with the people at the grassroots, we dwelt and interact with the people at the community level. Equally, I want to intimate you that we are the first people to be alerted when things like this happened, especially as regards to the current security trends in the state. We always are being alerted first. And yeah, in this respect, I'm here as a stakeholder to have more knowledge, to have more experience, and see how best we can put them in action. Yes, this issue of bandit informants, there is no point somebody identifying, because you will agree with me that we identify all of them. They are known, their location is known, so it's not a matter of who can add. It's just that the community has to have synergy in seeing that together, when they identify already, but expose them to the relevant authorities, relevant bodies actually. On our part, there are laws and provisions that curtail and protect whoever is involved in this. Maybe when you want to expose somebody, you must be protected by either law and law enforcement agencies. We are passing laws and we are developing other relevant laws that are aimed at protecting those that are involved directly in identifying or exposing the criminal element in the society.